In the stillness of the Pacific sky, something impossible happened. On July 9, 1962, a nuclear fireball exploded 250 miles above the Earth's surface. It wasn't war. It wasn't sabotage. It was a deliberate act and experiment called Project Starfish Prime. No one fully understood what would happen, but they went ahead anyway. This wasn't a conventional nuclear test. It was a megaton-scale detonation in space, a desperate Cold War experiment to understand and possibly control the final frontier. That night, Earth's own magnetic shield was shattered by man's ambition. The sky, once a symbol of peace and vastness, turned into a weaponized canvas of unpredictable forces. The Cold War wasn't confined to borders, it stretched to the heavens. When the Soviet Union launched Sputnik in 1957, it shocked the United States. The space race had begun, but the real fear wasn't satellites. It was the unknown. Could nuclear weapons work in space? Could they disable enemy satellites or create electromagnetic shields? To find out, the U.S. initiated Operation Fishbowl, part of the broader Operation Dominic, a series of high-altitude nuclear tests. The most powerful was Starfish Prime, a 1.4 megaton bomb launched by a Thor missile from Johnston Atoll. It was 500 times stronger than Hiroshima. It was meant to light up the sky, and it did. At exactly 11 p.m. Hawaii time, the countdown reached 0. The detonation was unlike anything seen before. A bright white flash, then blood-red auroras, green halos, electric purple waves. People in Hawaii thought the world was ending. What followed was worse. An electromagnetic pulse that wiped out 300 streetlights, disrupted radios, silenced telephone lines, all from 900 miles away. Starfish Prime had unleashed a monster. But the real horror was invisible. The bomb created an artificial radiation belt around Earth, a man-made Van Allen belt, trapping deadly particles in orbit. Satellites began to fail. Some died instantly. Others would slowly wither over weeks, even months. The Earth had been scorched from space, and no one was prepared. In the aftermath, the U.S. began to monitor satellite health. What they discovered was devastating. Telstar, the very first commercial communications satellite, had launched just a day after Starfish Prime. Engineers were excited. The future of global communications had arrived. But within months, Telstar began to fail. And then others followed: aerial, transit, TRAAC, all victims of the radiation belt created by one bomb. The U.S. had accidentally built a space weapon, one that indiscriminately destroyed infrastructure and blinded sensors. Worse, no one knew how long it would last. Would the particles remain for years? Decades? Some scientists feared it might change Earth's magnetic shield permanently. The implications were staggering and terrifying. Project Starfish Prime could have been a warning to humanity, but instead, it was buried sealed behind layers of classified reports and Cold War silence. No international outcry, no public hearings, just quiet horror among the scientific elite and strategic excitement among military planners. The idea of high-altitude EMP weapons didn't vanish, it evolved. In later decades, the U.S. and other superpowers would revisit the Starfish Prime data to develop conceptual weapons capable of disabling entire power grids. The implications were apocalyptic. A single detonation in the upper atmosphere could plunge modern civilization into silence. No phones, no internet, no power. A technological dark age. And yet, most people have never even heard of Starfish Prime. July 9, 1962, the day we nuked the sky. Starfish Prime wasn't an isolated incident. It was a symbol of our reckless curiosity and our belief that science, no matter how dangerous, must be pursued. It proved that the sky, once thought to be infinite and sacred, could be scarred by human hands. And yet the event remains nearly forgotten, buried beneath more visible wars and scandals. But the echoes of Starfish Prime still haunt the upper atmosphere. Some particles from that blast may still be circling the Earth. The sky we look at today may still carry the fingerprints of that single apocalyptic moment. This is the invisible collapse. Subscribe to uncover the stories they want you to forget.